Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the reading module of IELTS. Now we are heading toward the end of the reading module, where we actually have covered almost most of the IELTS reading tips. And now we are going to discuss the common mistakes or some kind of mistakes that actually candidates of IELTS they commit in their IELTS exam. So let's get started without wasting a single moment. Okay, the first thing is in paper-based IELTS, don't transfer answers question by question. It's specifically in paper-based IELTS exam, because in computer delivery, you don't actually have to transfer these answers to the answer sheet. But in paper-based IELTS exam, what happens is candidates, in order to save their time, they try to transfer these answers question by question. For example, there are 40 questions. So what they do is, like in question number 1, once they have solved it, they try to transfer that answer to the answer sheet then and there. And it becomes a very big problem because they tend to waste their time. I would recommend you to transfer these all answers section by section. As I have already told you in the training, there are 3 sections. So in each section, for example, you have completed section 1 fully. No matter how many questions are there, you have completed section 1, transfer all the answers of section 1 to the answer sheet. Same goes with the section 2. Once you are done with section 2, transfer all the answers to the answer sheet. Same goes with the section 3. Once you are done with section 3, transfer all the answers to the answer sheet. And that's how you will be saving you a lot of time and not wasting any single moment. All right. Okay, next important thing that is a big mistake that candidates try to do in reading module is they try to take shortcuts. All right, there are no shortcuts in IELTS, believe me. All right, there are no shortcuts. Basically, what you have to do, you have to follow the right tips and techniques, right strategies, and they are the shortest ways which you can follow to get the answers in time. But there are no shortcuts at all. So refrain yourself from taking any kind of shortcuts. All right, use common sense. This is the important thing, the most important thing, I would say. Why? Because in the reading module, you have to use sometimes your common sense, right? At times it happens you try to think very technical, very difficult, but once you start using your common sense, you tend to get the answers very quickly, efficiently, and correctly. Think simple. I have told several times during my entire training that think simple. What you have to do is you don't have to think extremely technically during your brainstorming or finding out the keywords or matching the keywords from the passage to the question. Don't think too much difficult. Just think simple, whether they are matching with each other, whether the things are going as per the appropriate criteria or not, and they are matching with each other, and you are going to get the right answer. So what you have to do is you have to think simple. That's very important thing. Don't make spelling mistakes. Candidates actually don't worry about that. They don't care about this spelling mistake and all, right? However, it's a big blunder that they do sometimes. They overlook that spelling mistake, and they don't care about the spellings, and they write, although the answers are right there in the passages, but still they make some spelling mistakes. So this is something what you have to take care of. You don't have to make any kind of a spelling mistake. This is extremely important. Okay, so spelling mistakes in question paper or an answer sheet. Obviously, answer sheets will be checked. So you have to take care of the spelling mistakes on your answer sheet by all means, all right? Examiners don't check the question paper at all, so you don't need to worry about that. Don't make singular plural mistakes. For example, the answer is benefit and you wrote benefits, all right? For example, the answer is cars and you wrote car without S or without ES. So what you have to do is you actually have to take care of singular and plural a lot. If the answer is in plural in the text of the passage, you have to write down in plural. And you have to see the context of the question as well, whether it is accepting the singular answer or plural answer. So you will definitely, get along with it, and you will definitely select the right answer. So a lot of answers are actually solved with the help of, finding out the contextual meaning of the question, particularly, and you tend to get the exact correct answer. Don't make article mistakes. A, N, O, or the. All right. So you actually have to take care of articles. For example, the answer is a car, and you have written only car. So that's going to be a mistake, right? So you have to see the instructions carefully, what instructions they are actually following, and what instructions they are actually accepting. No more than 2 words, no more than 1 word, no more than 3 words, and or a number, something like that. I have already explained these things in the in the training. So what do you have to do? You have to take care of articles so that you are not making such kind of silly mistakes. Don't waste time on a single question more than 2 minutes. So ideally, we have 60 minutes altogether, and ideally we should be spending 1.5 minutes to each section. If we are doing that, I mean to each question. My bad. So if we are actually following 1.5 minute to each question, we will be safely solving all the questions in time. But in order to save our time, I have told a right strategy in the training, which you actually have to follow. And a very important thing is you don't have to spend more than 2 minutes on a single question. If you do so, you will definitely eat up time of the upcoming questions. All right. So don't try to do that. Don't try to waste time in spending on such kind of question where you are not, you are not able to get the answer very quickly. So that's the thing. Must follow section wise time spending limits. I've already told that in section A, how much time you have to spend in the training. And it similarly goes on to section 2 and section 3, section 1 to 3, how much time you have to spend in each section so that you are meeting the time frame that is 60 minutes. So you have to follow that. You have to abide by those all things so that you are not spending more than that particular time, and you're definitely going to save a lot of time for the later on sections in which you get some kind of difficult questions. Don't attempt reading in backward order. This is the blunder that candidates usually make, and they try to attempt the questions. They think that the questions at the end are more difficult, and let's start solving the questions from question number 40, which is the biggest blunder that candidates do. Never ever try to do the reading module in backward approach or backward order. Never leave any question space empty. It's a very important thing. I have seen a lot of my candidates, they have attempted IELTS, and they told me that I have just made a guess. I made a guess and wrote those answers, and they turned out to be right answers. So yes, it happens. Sometimes it happens. You make a guess, you just figure out with your mind, with your concept, and you try to write an answer over there, and it turns out to be the right answer. So always play safe and fulfill all these spaces there. Never leave any question space empty. Don't write optional answers. Sometimes candidates are confused. They are they are so much confused that they write two options over there. For example, doors or gates with the slash in between. Never ever write two optional answers. This is wrong strategy. Examiner will cancel out. Okay, so write the perfect answer that you are confident of, and just write single answer. I hope that these all common mistakes, these all things must have been very much useful for you, and you must have learned a lot of things. If you still have any confusion, any question, you're most welcome to text me. You're most welcome to approach me directly. and ask me the questions. I would love to answer those all questions. Thank you very much. This is successfully the end of the reading module. Now you are all set to do a lot of practice. Take care.